Hi everyone, welcome to the channel dedicated to sharing the profound insights and wisdom of Andromedan contactee Alex Collier. If you're new here, you're in for a journey that expands your mind and consciousness, bringing you closer to understanding the messages from the fifth density Andromedan extraterrestrials. For those returning, we're grateful for your continued support. Before we dive into today's enlightening content, we have a small favor to ask. If you find value in the knowledge shared in this video, please consider hitting that like button, subscribing to our channel, and clicking the bell icon so you never miss an update. Your engagement helps us amplify Alex Collier's message, allowing us to reach a larger audience with these vital messages. We'd also love to hear from you, so please engage with the comments below. Whether it's a question, your thoughts, or even just an emoji for the sake of engagement, every comment counts. We read every single comment, and your feedback is incredibly valuable to us, as it all contributes to our mission of expanding this community. So please don't hesitate to leave your thoughts below. Additionally, if you'd like to support us further, consider giving a super thanks tip by clicking the heart with the $sign. This small gesture allows us to continue bringing you more of Alex's messages, unfiltered and directly from his lifelong experiences with the Andromedans. Today's video includes a compilation of several of the many important questions Alex Collier has received over the past few years, so please sit back, relax, and enjoy today's video.
Have off-world beings advised our white hats to leave the population blinded by our media until the right time? It's so hard to believe awakening humanity isn't a top priority for the White Hat operation.
Yeah, I share that. I share that with you, but at the same time, I totally understand the reason why this was done this way. In order to find out who is truly awake, in order to find out who the true leaders are, or potential leaders could be going forward. Hey, going forward, you would institute a process in order for the old expression is for the cream to come to the top. Okay? And those who can see, those who have the ability to see through the illusions, tend to be the first ones to wake up. And those people tend to also be, those who are the first to wake up, tend to be the leaders moving forward. So essentially, this whole process is designed to find out who the leaders are and to find out those who are awake. Now, this is a really big deal because going forward, a lot of humanity is going to truly struggle with the disclosures that are coming out because they have based their entire self-image and persona on things that simply aren't true. So when these revelations come out, their entire self-image and self-projection is completely going to collapse. It's going to completely collapse. And it has to be us that helps explain and lift those people up out of the rubble, which is what they're going to see their life in as just rubble. It is us who have done the same journey as them. It has to be us to help lift them out of the rubble that their life has now just become. It can't be ETs. It can't be ETs that do this. Nope, it cannot be them. It has to be us. It has to be us. It has to be someone who clearly knows the same journey. This strategy that we're seeing play out here has been, I don't like using the word gamed, but it has been put through a process of being put through not only third density computers, but fourth density computers, fifth density computers, and or conscious living systems to see what would be the best way and the surest way and the quickest way for humanity to get from here to there, to get from third into fourth and then into fifth. And this process that we are engaged in now proved to be the one on on third, fourth, and fifth that seemed to work the best. In other words, and looking and playing out the scenario, this scenario came out on third, fourth, and fifth, where many of the other ways that they looked at this, it might come up on third and fourth, but not on fifth, or it would come up on fifth, but not on third or fourth, or third and fourth. So, but this particular process of initiating everybody to what's been going on, to waking everybody up, came up on third, fourth, and fifth dimension, which is why it was selected. And it doesn't make sense to a lot of us, but I think at some point it will make perfect sense as we get closer and closer to full disclosure of the matrix we've all been living in. See, that's the issue. So many generations have been living in this matrix. We don't know anything else. We simply don't know anything else. So it's hard for anyone to conceive anything beyond what we've been in, the box we've been in. You know, it isn't until you've actually left the box and come back that you really understand and you know that you're in the box, you're in the matrix. So this was the way that was chosen to open up the box for everyone to see. It's complicated. It's complicated. No doubt about it. It's complicated. And how do you express fourth density reality and fifth density reality with a language that was not only limited, but it was designed to enslave our consciousness? The languages we use was designed to enslave our consciousness as well. So, it's a great question.
Gina Colvin Hill has been posting YouTube videos of a large planetary sphere showing up on the FAA webcam over Wolf Creek Pass in Colorado. It definitely appears to be a large spherical ship in orbit. Have you seen it in your skies above Colorado and do anything about it?
I have seen it. I saw it last year in the San Juan Mountains, which is where Wolf Creek Pass is. It's in the San Juan Mountains, which is about 150 miles south of here, southwest. What's really interesting is about that area is that it's on the far side of Cheyenne Mountain, and we have a Space Force base there as well. I have two thoughts on it. One, it certainly looks real from the ground. Two, it could be Project Bluebeam. It could be just a hologram. I don't have enough knowledge of watching it, especially as night turns to day and day turns to night, because it's not always there. Now, I've asked M about ships in the atmosphere, and he says, yeah, they're everywhere. Some of them are very large, and they are detoxifying our atmosphere. They are mending holes in our atmosphere. There are some over the oceans that are doing work in the ocean. They are removing Orion equipment, Draconian equipment, Nebu equipment. They're removing things that they left behind in their escape. In other words, it's technology, very dark technology. They're removing it. And because a lot of it was booby-trapped, they're having to do it in a very specific way. What's also happening is that some of these bases, magic, what we would call magic, was used to hide and to protect these things as if they were going to be allowed to come back. It isn't going to happen. So what they have very specific teams. The galaxy has very specific teams that do this kind of work. It would almost be like special forces of nuclear nations, nations that have nuclear weapons. They have special operators, special teams that know how to go in and disarm these type of weapons. Well, the galaxy has very similar teams that know how to disarm this type of energy or this type of, well, it's what it is. It's magic, it's energy. They would know how to go in and reverse the spells. And that's what's going on. Now, the one over Wolf Creek, I do not know if it's an actual ship or if it's a hologram. I simply don't know. But I have seen it myself. In fact, I've seen one over Estes Park, over the Rocky Mountain National Park. And it was interesting because I wasn't the only one to see it. And yet there were a lot of people walking around the park who had no clue that it was directly overhead because they don't look up. So few people even look at the sky anymore. Because now imagine you're in this incredibly beautiful park. There are herds of wild elk. There are ram, mountain ram, longhorn ram, deer, raccoons, fox, everywhere in this incredibly pristine place. And what is everybody doing? They're on the trails looking at their damn phone. Why bother driving to the place, getting out of the car, putting on a backpack, just to continue to be on your funnel. Anyway, yes, I have. Yes, I have. And there's a lot of other things going on here too. Yeah, Colorado's important in the future. It is. There's still a lot of places here that have never seen a footprint, ever seen a footprint in the Rocky Mountains. I'm always intrigued by that.
Do you have any idea how reactivation of our additional DNA strands is going to occur, since there have been many different suggestions about this?
This is one of those questions where I don't know that I should answer it. Damn, Kevin, that's a good one too. You know, I have no idea how much trouble I would get into with this question.
Guan, you know you want to do it.
JP, you know, I don't need your help to get into trouble. I can do this very well on my own. Kevin, the more we all work towards getting into fifth density consciousness, the sooner this happens. And again, we just need the third strand to turn on. And there are folks in that 17, 18% whose third strand is on. It's on. They're lit. And let me just say that they probably are going through shock, amazement, sorrow, and maybe a bit of trauma, because now they know, now they see, now they fully understand everything that's been going on here in third density. And the first thing that they're having to look at is their own personal journey and how they have been steered away from who they were. And they're looking at a sense of lost time, lost love, lost opportunities. Now, can the med beds activate that third strand? That remains to be seen. That remains to be seen. And right now, that's as far as I wish to go with this question until I get some clarification. Now, there may be others, other contactees who can answer this question and are willing to answer this question, who would be absolutely oblivious to the kickback and the blowback that they're going to get. I'm not, however, oblivious to that. So, oh God, see, this is why I love this Q&As. Let me just say that it's going to happen for all of us at some point. No question about it. It's going to happen. But I'm not aware of structures in place to support those that are waking up. To my knowledge, there's no emotional support groups or structures in place to support these people as they're waking up. If you remember, I shared in previous webinars about a specific group in Australia where they had near-death experiences. Some were dead for hours, hours and hours, who came back, and their DNA had been altered. It had been turned on. One particular man had 6 strands turned on. And that's probably significant in that he probably either came back from 6th density or walked in from 6th density. And in order for his soul to stay in the body, those strands of DNA had to be turned on. That's not necessarily indicative of our journey. Now, it may very well be that our 3rd strand gets turned on and the memories begin to flood in. The knowledge begins to flood into us as individuals as to what our journey's been and where we're from. Do not at all be surprised if once that 3rd strand is on, that the 4th gets turned on and then the 5th. Because if you're a 5th density soul, in order to carry this physicality through the dimensional changes, you need to convert the physical body to a 5th density frequency, or a 4th density frequency, or a 6th density frequency. That's pretty much how it works. But I don't know that it's time for that conversation yet. And I don't know that I'm the one to have that conversation with all of you, because I'm going through this journey with you as well. For example, I have very little knowledge or memory of 4th density myself. So that would not be something I could talk about, because I'm going through it just like you.
Do you feel the white hats are dragging their feet, taking too long to release info to public? It was mentioned on Kerry Cassidy's webinar. That was your all-time best suggestion to watch that.
You're referring to the 2010
Kerry's saying
Awake and Aware? No, I don't think,
yeah.
I don't think they're dragging their feet. I understand a lot more now than I did then. And let me just say that, here they are managing and battling on multiple fronts. They are, 1, trying to protect our airspace. 2, they are trying to eliminate a very, very serious threat, both on the ground, underground, and in the ocean. Even though the threat's still Terran, doesn't matter. It's still a threat. They are trying to manage the optics of what everybody sees on the surface to gradually bring them along without putting everyone into post-traumatic stress. And it wouldn't be everyone, but it would be a significant portion of the population should they just say everything, come out with everything all at once. Because the secret here is to empower people, empower them into an action. And when it's organic, that becomes real, and that becomes long-term. When the citizens, when humanity itself comes to an idea and decides, okay, we're going to do this, it happens. And no one has to be convinced. No one has to be talked into it. No one has to be coerced. They just move and they do it. That's organic. That's real. That's what creating a new domain of knowing is. And that's permanent. That changes everything, because everybody focuses on the goal. They're rounding up the bad guys. They're cleaning out military dumbs. At the same time, they're having to clean up the military itself, not just here in the US, everywhere. And don't think that the Russians aren't doing some house cleaning as well. We just don't hear about it. They're doing all of this, and at the same time, they're negotiating partnerships with other star nations. They got their hands full, guys. They really, really do. And it's a wonder. It's truly a wonder at how well they've done. I mean, they got to be out of fingers to put in the dam. They've done, looking at the big picture, it's remarkable how they've managed all of this. And I know they've gotten help, and that's okay. As long as in the end, what it all leads to is sovereignty for every living being on this planet. And I don't think that goal is ever forgotten for a single minute at that level. Because if we're free, they're free. And if they're free, we're free. They got this. They really, really do. And we are all going to be so appreciative when we find out all the things that went down in the background as they were buying us time to wake up on our own. And at the same time, edge us along, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, got to go an inch today, keep moving, got to go that inch today, and getting us all to do it on our own. It showed profound patience. And I mean, let's face it, if you need something blown up in an hour, our guys are the ones to call. They can do that. But this mission was very different than anything else they've ever had to do. And in my opinion, they are excelling far beyond expectations. And the assistance that they're getting, the mentoring that they're also getting, has been profoundly grateful, and it will change humanity's perspective about itself and how we integrate and we communicate with the galaxy when it's all said and done. It's amazing. It's just absolutely amazing. And I'm so proud of our guys. I'm so proud of Space Force, Solar Warden, the Alliance. I'm so proud of everyone. And I'm so proud of us. How many civilizations could have done this? I mean, we're not quite there yet, but we're getting there. But how many other civilizations could have done this? There are ruins all throughout the galaxy and other galaxies of civilizations that destroyed themselves because they lost their original intent. And whatever that was, they lost it. And they imploded on themselves. And we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We continue to hope. We continue to strive. We continue to want a better life. And we're bearing our children along the way. That says a lot for who we are, especially when we have had everything working against us. Boo-rah. We can do this. We can do this.
Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you found it insightful, please like the video, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon so you don't miss out on future updates. If you have any questions relating to today's video, please also leave them below. We read all the comments and take on board what our viewers have to say about Alex Collier's work. Remember, your support helps Alex Collier's knowledge and the messages from the Andromedans reach more people. If you'd like to support the channel even more, you can give us a super thanks tip by clicking the heart icon with a $sign. It really helps our team bring you more content. Also, be sure to visit alexcollier.org to sign up for our regular email newsletter. It's the best way to stay updated with the latest news, exclusive content, and upcoming live webinars. For the latest insights from Alex Collier, check out alexcollier.live. And if you want to explore over 250 past webinars, head over to alexcollier.tv. Thank you for being a part of this journey and supporting Alex Collier's work. We couldn't do this without you, and we're genuinely grateful for your support. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the vast mysteries of our universe. If you would like to see the Andromedan contactee Alex Collier live via video stream, we hold a live online seminar every Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. For more information on upcoming live webinars, please visit alexcollier.org.